It's the Capital Lunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Bailey FM 95.0.
Alrighty, as I mentioned earlier on, we'll be speaking with a diagnostic radiographer. Getting into that in our health corner today, Itumeleng Masilo, who's just going to give us, a brief, chat, on what she does, because it's quite a list, of things that she specializes in. So we're going to let her do the honors, Sinje. And yeah, good morning, Itumeleng. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm okay. My name is Itumeleng Masilo. I'm a diagnostic radiographer. I studied at the University of Johannesburg, and then I also specialize in mammography, which I studied at the University of Pretoria. I also offer expertise in modalities such as computer tomography, which is CT scan. I also do fluoroscopy. I also do general x-rays, and I also do C-arms in theater.
All right, those are very long, complicated, and difficult words to pronounce. But I just learned something new today. Tomography is actually a CT scan, because I've heard the name CT scan the whole time. It's tomography.
Yeah, it's computer tomography, where normally we scan patients if they were involved in an MVA or patient had a stroke. So we do a CT scan for them. If the patient had a stroke, we do a computer tomography CT scan of the brain.
Very interesting. So the term radiography, as I understand, is a very broad term. Could you please break it down for us as to exactly what radiography is?
So radiography is a imaging technique using x-rays to view human organs. So actually x-rays were discovered by accident by a professor in Canada. His name was Conrad Röntgen on the 8th of November in 1895. So hence, on the 8th of November every year, we celebrate Radiography Day. Radiography is divided into two components, which is therapeutic radiography and diagnostic radiography. So therapeutic radiographers, they use high-frequency X-rays to treat cancer cells and also tissue defects. And then diagnostic radiography, which is what I specialize in, has different modalities. It has ultrasound, which they use sound waves to capture images, and it has nuclear medicine, which they use radioactive materials, which we call radiopharmaceuticals. They actually inject it to the patient, and the patient lies on the X-ray machine, and they take images of different parts. And we also have the normal one, which has CT scan, which has MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, which uses magnets to capture images of different parts of the body. We also have fluoroscopy, which we use to see live images of the patient. Example would be a study we do called barium swallow. So the patient will drink contrast. So it's like a dye. When we explain to the patient, they drink contrast, and then we take images as they swallow to see how do they swallow.
That is complicated.
And very interesting.
Okay. No. Wow. Exciting. So if somebody is listening right now and they're also thinking the same thing, this is also pretty exciting. Where can one study and obtain a qualification in radiography?
So University of Pretoria offers radiography, but it only offers the three modalities, which are diagnostic radiography, radiation therapy, and also nuclear medicine. University of Johannesburg offers the four modalities, which is diagnostic radiography, nuclear med, ultrasound, and also radiation therapy. Sefako Makhatu and Tshwane University of Technology, they only offer the diagnostic radiography only.
All right. Well, let's take it a bit back, before we get into tertiary education. From high school then, how does one's results need to look, and what subject stream do they need to even take to qualify for such when they get to tertiary level?
So you need to do mathematics, physics, and biology. So you need to choose those. And then you need to pass your matric with a bachelor degree. And you need to attain performance level 5 for mathematics and physics for you to qualify to get into university.
So I know the pass marks are no 30%.
Oh no.
Or people won't stand a chance if they wanted to. It gets very tricky, right?
No, you really need to study hard. Hey, you need to be smart a bit.
So how long then does this qualification actually take to obtain?
So it's 4 years, which in that 4 years you attend lectures, and then you'll also go to different hospitals. So almost government hospitals offer the course. So you go there for your practicals. At UJ we used to do 2 weeks. So we would attend for 2 weeks and then attend also practicals for 2 weeks. But it's different with universities.
Okay. So you've already given us, the requirements for admissions in university, what to study and how to pass your grades and all. So, but personally for you, Kinyakoitsi, what was the most challenging part of your qualification? What was the hardest part during your studies?
For me, it was dealing with the patients, because, patients come with different abnormalities. Sometimes you would see on a child, maybe the child was in an accident and the child lost a leg. That was so emotional for me. So for me, it was such things that it's too emotional. So you really need to be a strong person to be able to deal with the different patients that come.
And what about patients that also have a certain attitude towards students, like, hey, I can cooperate like a student, we also see that quite a lot. Did you never go through that?
I did, because I practiced at a private, so I practiced at Linksfield. So the patient were uncomfortable with us being students, because they feel like we don't have experience, we really don't know what we're doing, and they don't want the student to practice on them, but we have to practice on someone, because we have to do patients. But that was the hard part to juggle.
Now, but shout out to you for actually completing it. And in conclusion, what advice would you offer then to someone or batlang who study and accomplish a qualification in this radiography?
I would say go for it, because there's so many opportunities. You can work in private hospital, you can work in government. You can also open your own practice, where you would have your own practice, your own machine, and own everything. So I would say go for it. There's so many opportunities. There's so many modalities to learn from, and you do a lot. You learn every day something new in the department.
Thank you very much, Itumeleng. It's been awesome having a chat with you.
Thank you so much for being here. I just want to ask if we could, every year we celebrate Radiography Day, if you could please open a spot for us so that we can come in November to just explain to the community what is radiography all about.
Of course, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's the Capital Lunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Pay FM 95.0.